The Calgary Flames are one of the hotter teams in the league and in the fight for, well, they're in first place right now in their division. We have Jess Belmosto of Locked On Flames to talk about the team, their recent success, and what to expect at the trade deadline.
You're Locked On NHL, your daily podcast on the National Hockey League. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
All right, everybody. Welcome to the Locked On NHL podcast. Gil Martin, so glad to be with you here on this Monday. And thank you for making Locked On NHL your first listen every day. We are free and available on all platforms. Right now, my pleasure to welcome back to the show a familiar face for people who watch this show every day, Jess Belmosto of Locked On Flames. Jess, great to have you back.
Thank you so much for having me on. I'm glad our schedules finally matched.
Yeah, I mean, look, your team doing pretty darn well, I have to say. We're recording this just before the big Sunday night game against Colorado. But what is it now? 4 out of the last 5 right now for the Flames?
Something like that. I mean, it's a complete 180 from last year that I'm still trying to process that this team is actually good. But yeah, last week they played 5 games in 7 days and only dropped one of them, and that was to the Washington Capitals after really having a strong performance against the team. So, it's nothing to worry about and nothing to, hit the panic button for.
No question about that. And look, this team playing so well, and one of the acquisitions they made recently, Tyler Toffoli, and he really has been on fire. What has been his impact on this team since he's been acquired?
It's unbelievable. The Flames obviously don't have a captain right now because they let Gio go during the expansion draft, but they've kind of brought in these veteran players who know what it takes to win and have become like unofficial captains. And it's so nice to see Toffoli leave Montreal, an organization that needed a captain and a leader, to the Flames, who really needed some uplifting and some sort of motivation and identity, and to come in mid-season and have an impact on the locker room that quickly, and then have 13 points in your first 13 games is truly just unbelievable. And the Flames are very fortunate to be able to acquire him at the cost that they got him.
No question about that. And one thing that the Flames have been outstanding with all season is goaltending. 9 shutouts now for Jacob Markstrom, 1 away from the team record, the 207 goals against average, the 928 save percentage. What has he meant to this team this year?
Everything. He's just the Flames really haven't had a strong, definitive 1A goaltender for quite some time. So for him to come in last year, and I call it like a trial period because it was such a bad season and a shortened season and just all these circumstances surrounding it, to get acclimated with the team and, find his groove was beneficial, of course. But he has come in this year, and after ending last season's exit meetings with, if you're not upset that we're not playing in the playoffs right now, like you're playing for the wrong reason, or something along those lines. And again, that's another vocal leader and someone who wants to win. And he's gone out there night after night and just been unreal. He makes it look painfully easy, which tells me it's a difficult thing to do.
Another player who's really had a great bounce back year, Johnny Gaudreau. And interesting, Coach Daryl Sutter sort of defending him to the media and backing him up for the way the media treats him. Is he doing this to defend his player? Is there some truth to what he's saying? A little of both? Where does it stand? And what has Gaudreau meant to the team this year?
So last year, Gaudreau skated in his 500th career game, and Sutter was asked about it and was like, "You wouldn't be able to tell." Like he really harped on Johnny because he knew he wasn't playing to his full potential, and he wasn't playing the way we're seeing him now. So again, it's that 180 perspective that this team has done under Daryl Sutter. And there are certainly people in the media who like to rip Johnny, who enjoys, you know, really pushing that, oh, Johnny doesn't want to be in Calgary narrative, and oh, he wants to go back east to be with his family. And, you know, even with the season he's having, people still push that. And even though Johnny has said, I love Calgary, I don't want to be anywhere else. Um, he's really playing the best season of his career, and they're always going to look for something to write about. And I appreciate Sutter sticking up for him because I don't think that Johnny would do it himself.
Not his personality.
Yeah, no, he's quiet. He's very reserved, very just not an outspoken hockey player, which isn't a bad thing because it gives them less to write about. So he's doing his part.
Exactly. Trade deadline is about a week away right now. Flames are fairly comfortably in first place in their division, but what, if anything, are they looking to tweak come trade deadline time?
Yeah, I think a big question mark would probably be another player, probably for that third or fourth line. I think Brett Ritchie has now played a number of games and has not had a single point. Uh, and it's bad. It's taking up a roster spot. There are plenty of players down in their AHL affiliate that would love a chance to get to play. But there are players out there that they could probably acquire for less, and whether it be a rental just for this season or something for 1 or 2 years like Tyler Toffoli, it's doable. I think that a right-handed defenseman is certainly an option that they could go. I think that the third pairing with Nikita Zadorov and Eric Goodbranson has come miles since the season started, but if there's an option to upgrade there, you upgrade. And I know a lot of people have been talking about, oh, will Mark Giordano return to Calgary? I don't see that happening, and I don't know anything. I don't have any inside knowledge, but based on what the Flames need, he does not fit any of their boxes.
All right, Jess, why don't you tell our listeners where they could find you on social media and where they could find the podcast?
Yeah, so you can find me on Twitter at Jess Belmosto. Lots of cat pictures there and lots of hockey talk. And of course, you can find me on Locked On NHL on Wednesdays with Sarah for Western Conference Wednesdays, and Locked On Calgary Flames Monday through Friday. It's a great time over there.
Jess, always great to talk to you, and thanks so much for doing this today.
Thank you so much, Gil. I appreciate it.